Coming to the plate now, Oliver Bordick, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Sean Graves will stand in as one of the stars from yesterday's ball game as he had 3 hits in the victory. First delivery to him on the way. Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that's through for a hit.
And here's a case on the mound where he's trying to sneak a first pitch fastball by him, but he was having none of that at the plate. He just sends it right back where it came from.
Fisher Asuncion will stride in now, back in the lineup after being limited to pinch hit duties in yesterday's ball game. Ready to deliver the full count pitch. And that misses, ball 4, so it's first and second now with 2 out.
Oh, and you know.
Eddie Esposito gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here. Skied into straightaway right. Will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left on. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd, and we are tied 0-0. Sean Graves comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
Heading out towards shallow right. Guillen is there, and it takes just 1 pitch to retire the leadoff man in the home half of the 5th.
Designated hitter.
Sean Graves will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Oh, another good pitch there. I'm not sure he's thrown a bad slider tonight. Every one of them has had a ton of movement.
Guillen has a beat on it. 1 out. Leading off the inning, Carlos Guillen, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
Oh, he makes the stop. Safe.
He's safe. Man, almost a great play.
Remarkable play. Just settling in now, Sean Graves. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Sean Graves.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Ripped down the first base line. And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And he'll move up to 3rd now. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Well, this is just excellent plate coverage here. I mean, this is a guy that uses the entire field. And you'll see him just reach that bat out there and slap it down the first baseline for a base hit.
Fisher Asuncion will stand in now. And, hey, give these guys credit. They're not going down without a fight.
I'll tell you what, they're not too far away from making a game out of this one after all.
The 0-2 pitch. There he goes. Lifted in the air to right field. Guillen waits on it. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from 3rd. On to 1st, and he rolls a double play ball to end it here as this ball game is over. One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
7 runs, 8 hits, no errors. They left no runners on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 49 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Now from your exclusive home for minor league baseball, MLB The Show is on the air. Tonight, the rubber match of this 3-game series between the Akron Rubber Ducks and the Altoona Curve. Sean Graves will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. First pitch of the at-bat. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Jennings racing back. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center.
Well, I think it's pretty fair nowadays to call this guy a young phenom out there. He's starting to get some national press, one of the better prospects around, and he gives you a look right there of why folks are so bullish on his future.
Sean Graves stands in again. He got a hold of one and went yard in his first plate appearance.
Yeah, he absolutely crushed it earlier, so let's see if he can get into another one in this at-bat.
Hard hit to first. He lays out, but he can't make the play, and it's through into right.
Well, he'd had some high-stress innings here so far. It was looking like he turned a corner and was on his way to a much-needed 1-2-3, but he's going to have to get in the stretch here after all.
Ira Taylor will dig in. He tripled and later scored his first time around.
Yeah, he already got to show off those wheels, so let's see if he can make it happen again in this at-bat.
There goes the runner. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. One hit in the inning, but that gets erased. Michael Maine comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Nothing across here this half. Sean Graves strides into the box now. Launched one over the wall back in the opening frame. Hit in the air to right field. Enriquez is there. He makes the catch, and tagging is the runner from second. And he's safe. Sean Graves will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ball game. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball.
And now at the plate with a 2-0 count, it's not just, hey, this has to be a strike. You've got to look for one pitch in one location and then let it rip.
That gets down, and the inning will continue. Around third and being waved on home. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
You know, sometimes this game can just be flat out simple. Here, he just worked his way into a good count, bought himself a nice fastball to hit, and then just rips it out there to drive in a run.
Ira Taylor strides in now, and we'll see if he can come through with 2 on and 2 out here in the 6th.
Well, there's still a lot of this game left, but it is starting to get late. This is a big opportunity that they don't want to let slip away.
3-2.
In there, and it's full 3-2. On the ground up the middle. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second. It's a 7-2 ball game.
Oh, and a great swing right there.
Mike McDonald steps into the box, and we'll see what he can do here. 2 on, 2 away, 2 home in the inning so far. That one's in there, 3-1.
Yeah, he needed that one to avoid loading the bases, but it's still a long road back from here.
Left side. And he'll go the short way to retire the side. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left. Darryl Jennings will stand in now in what could be a real make-or-break situation.
And you think at this point you have to get something out of this inning. The further you get into that bullpen, the tougher it's going to be to claw back from this deficit.
And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. And the runner from second is in to score. It's now an 8-4. So stepping in, number 6, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Grounded down the third baseline. Oh, what a dive. Dirt to first, and he can't come up with it cleanly. One over the wall back in the opening frame. Into the seats, 0-1. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Enriquez is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second out. So striding forward now, Brian Rienzi, as he'll hit with the go-ahead run at third and 2 away.
And this is big-time pressure right here, both on the guy in the box.
Now, meanwhile, this ball's going to get through, and that's a base hit. In to score easily is the runner from third, and here in the 9th, they have taken an entertaining game all in all. So if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our top player of the game.
Here now, our final
Yeah, he came through when it mattered. Wound up driving in 3 runs, and they were important ones as it helped lead him to the victory.
Time for minor league baseball here on the show as we set our sights on the Double-A Eastern League. Tonight, the first of this 4-game weekend set between the Altoona Curve and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. Major League Baseball on the show starts now. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Eric, who stands out to you?
You know, I'm looking for a big performance out of that guy in that 6th spot. He's hitting over 400 so far here in April. Obviously, we can't get too excited about it because there is so much season left, but he's off to a great start.
Lawrence Quintana gets the ball for the opener in front of these hometown fans. EK, what do you got? Sean Graves will stand in for the first time now, coming off a 3-hit contest in the loss last night. High in the air and deep to left center field. Rubio ranging back and just short of a home run. This ball's off the wall. And he'll pull in there with a 1-out double.
Oh, this guy's coming up there with an aggressive approach. He goes right after the first pitch, and I mean, he airs it out. And he'll wind up at second as they're forced to get this ball back in off the wall.
Fisher Asuncion will get his first shot here. 2 hits in 5 trips a night ago.
When you're hitting under 200 on the season, you've got to come up with a good performance every once in a while, and yesterday was one of those.
Now the 0-2 pitch. High pop-up. McNeil is there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Eddie Esposito will stand in, hoping to turn things around from the loss last night. He was 0 for 4 in that ball game.
Well, when you're hitting under 200 for the season, games like yesterday are going to happen on a regular basis.
Has to be thinking strikeout here to short. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first.
And here's a situation where, heck, just
Wyatt Adamson gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. Ground ball right side. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2. And we are tied 0-0. Lee Clark will stand in for a second time. He drew a base on balls to lead off the home first. Swing and a flare hit toward right, and that's in there. Base hit. Digging in to try it again, Sean Graves. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here. Oh, hang on now. This ball is crushed into left field, and this one ain't coming back. This ball is gone. A solo shot here to left. As they get on the board first, it's 1-0.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so.
Rick Rubio will stand in now. A punch-out victim twice already. EK, I'll ask you because you're the one sitting next to me. Do you approach an at-bat differently when you have 2 strikeouts under your belt this early in the game?
Well, you do in the sense that whatever you did the first 2 times, out.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. 5 innings have been no problem as he's got the shutout working. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. The Curve lead it 1-0. Mike Compton will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Hit to third. Oh, and this goes right past him. He'll come home with it. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Now batting,
Sean Graves will step forward now to lead things off. And after that last half inning, his guys are going to have some work to do.
Yeah, those 5-run innings are tough to bounce back from, but there's still time. They don't need to panic. They just need to focus on getting a few guys on base here.
Settling in now, Calvin Lamb, coming off the clutch 2-run single his last time up. Now he gets the ground ball to first. This might be 2. And he'll take this to the bag of 3 unassisted for the first out.
You know, that's one that you just don't see that often. Safe at second base, but out at...
Sean Graves will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold, 0-2.
Oh, and you can tell by these first couple swings, he's not just looking to poke one through the right side of the infield. He's looking to put something into orbit.
Popped high in the air. Compton is there, 2 down. Fisher Asuncion will stand in. He flew out his last. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he was really overpowering guys out there. Look at the line score. He winds up with 11 strikeouts, and he definitely was a deciding factor in this one.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. The Squirrels are flying indeed. They win this one 8-1. Good night, everybody.
Run on 6 hits, 2 errors. They left 9 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 11 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we continue our tour. Sean Graves will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign.
And we know it's just April, so the season is just getting started, but obviously he's off to a great start.
And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. Phil Dickens gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball. Coming to the plate now, Sean Graves. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Now batting, first baseman, Sean Graves.
Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that's through, a base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And the runner from second is in to score. It's now 3-1. And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way. Wes Acho in now, hopped out in his first trip. Runners going. Pitch inside. The throw not in time. He's in there at second.
Boy, I think he's pretty lucky to get in there safely on this play. It's a decent jump, but I think a good throw might nail him down there. Instead, you see it's wide of the mark, off to the shortstop side of the base, and he's able to beat that tag to get in safely.
The 2-1 on its way. Fly ball to straightaway left. Moving under it, Veras. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. stepping up to the plate, Ira Taylor. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. The 0-2 pitch. Drives it to deep right field. Clark racing back. He can't get there, so the inning will continue. Tack on another here as the runner scores from second, and it's a 4-1 game.
Well, he gives this ball a pretty good ride. No shot to get this one, as it's going to wind up hitting on the track and one hop in the wall out there. He's going to wind up pulling into second with an RBI double.
Phil Dickens will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
0-1 count, and the pitch. On the ground up the middle to second for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate, and they push across 4 runs. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. Richmond leads this one 5-4.
Leading off for Altoona,
Sean Graves heads for the box to start off the 5th in this one.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away. Offense apparently not hard to come by tonight as you get a look at our line score through the first half of the ball game. And boy, the runs have been coming fast and furious so far. Sean Graves will dig in now, and he'll do so representing the tying run.
Yeah, and you're not too worried about this guy jumping the yard on you here and tying the ball game. But if he does find a way to get on base, things get a whole lot more interesting.
This one skied out toward right. Clark has a read on it. He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. And he'll indeed move up 90 feet, putting runners at the corners now. So stepping in, number 24, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Breaking ball that's cut on and missed for the first strike.
And for as bad as he missed that pitch, you can bet we're going to see that again before this at-bat's over.
And this is high, a ball and a strike. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
Yeah, that finds a zone, but some of these pitches are getting a little too much elevation. That could come back to bite him.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Trying to hold the lead. Tough pitch to lay off there, but he did, and it's even up at 2-2. High and deep to straightaway right. Clark racing back, still going back. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So no runs here on no hits, no errors, and well, the bats were certainly working in this one, but out of everybody, I'd say this man most deserves to be our top player of the game.
Yeah, he connected on a couple of long home runs. Really put his guys on his back and carried them to the victory.
So that's a wrap here tonight. Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, Matt Vasgersian, you've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Facebook at MLB The Show. The Squirrels are flying indeed. They win this one 8-7. Good night, everybody.
Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 57 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We remind you to please drive home safely.
Sean Graves digs in for his first cuts of the game, off to a fast start in the early part of the season. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does two things for you. It will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal at all.
And that runner will go no further than second, as there are two aboard now. So he waited till the 9th inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Every time he comes to the plate, the pressure gets bigger and bigger. He waited until the 9th inning, but got it.
Charles Schwartz will stand in. He flew out his last time up. That's lifted the other way out to left. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men. And as we wrap things up here, what do you say we name this guy right here as the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award?
Yeah, he came through when it mattered. Wound up driving in 3 runs, and they were important ones as it helped lead him to the victory.
17 hits.
So that's a wrap here tonight. The show's continuing coverage of Eastern League Baseball is on the air. Today we wrap up this 4-game weekend series between the Altoona Curve and the Flying Squirrels of Richmond. Time now to give you a look at the batting order for the visiting squad. Eric, who should we keep an eye on?
Well, you better be careful when dealing with that 5-hole hitter. He doesn't let the pressure of the big moment get to him. He knows how to stay within himself and come through in the clutch.
Daryl Mercer, a lefty from North Carolina, gets the starting assignment. What do we need to know here, EK? Sean Graves will stand in, and boy, look at that batting average to start off the month of April.
And he's off to a great start, to the surprise of many. You know, scouts don't consider him to be a great hitter, but maybe he's finally figured something out.
And another snap throw to the bag. And the runner back. First pitch coming. Here it is. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Here it comes, 0-2. Another one sent foul. Now we'll step off and fire to the bag. Runner's back. A runner at first with no outs here. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Here it comes on 0-2. Here's a high pop-up. Dickens is under it, and he's got it for the first out. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Who's the one to watch, EK?
Well, Matt, keep an eye on that number 2 spot. He's been a really tough out this year, bringing an on-base percentage over 400 into the game, so I have a feeling he could be a key player in this one when it's all said and done.
Johnny Land set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Bunt attempt with 2 outs. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. We've played an inning. No score here on the show. Sean Graves in now, popped out in his first trip. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Third inning, no score to this point. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way.
Well, just looked like he pulled across that slider a little too much. Might have tried to overthrow it.
And that misses. 2-1.
Well, he almost hit him on the last pitch, and he's showing he doesn't care. He's coming right back inside.
Skied into straightaway right. Land moves over, and he makes the catch for the second out. Sean Graves will dig in again. He popped up in his first plate appearance and flew out last time around.
Well, he's putting the ball in play, but clearly getting under it too much right now. It'd be nice for him to stay through one right here.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Hit back up the middle. Taylor from shallow center. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
7 straight games with a base hit now, and that's a solid week or so of...
Digging in and looking for more, Wes Acho. He singled his last time up. There goes the runner. Hit hard up the middle. To second for one. Out. On to first, the double play.
Now batting. Second.
Boy, right there with the runner moving on that play, he didn't even think they were going to try to get it out at second base. But somehow, they still managed to turn over the double play.
Sean Graves gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Prior to the at-bat, a check on first. And he's back easily.
Just keeping an eye on him.
Here comes the first pitch. And here's a slider that's nowhere close, and it's 1-0. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Well, Matt, the pitcher may have thought the runner might be on the move right there, so he slide steps to hang on to him.
And a dive, but he's back in there.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2.
Now, he's probably lucky he didn't make contact on that one.
And there he goes towards second. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. High and deep to left center field. Rubio racing back at the track. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. And boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award, but what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you, and he came on to slam the door shut.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Caro, Steve. Time for minor league baseball here on the show as we set our sights on the Double-A Eastern League. Tonight it's the first of 3 to start the new week. Rolando Reyna will stand in, and you can see that early season average up into the high 300s now.
And we know it's just April, so the season is just getting started, but obviously he's off to a great start.
He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone. Now let's have a look at the home team starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Well, I'll be keeping an eye on what that leadoff hitter can do in this one. He's been a really tough out this year.
Sean Graves will stand in, and as you can see the big number there, he's up over 400 to begin the campaign.
And he's off to a great start, to the surprise of many. You know, scouts don't consider him to be a great hitter, but maybe he's finally figured something out.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike two. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. Casto scoops it up. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. And they've got him hung up out there between second and third. And he is out at third, and that's a big mistake there leading off the inning. Sean Graves stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
Sean Graves.
Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike one.
0-1 again, and he's at 100% on first pitch strikes, now in the middle innings of this one. No wonder he's pitched so well.
Base is empty here with nobody out. Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out number one. Sean Graves will try it again. He's grounded out and struck out in 2 trips.
Yep, not showing too much so far, but he's got a chance to make something happen right here. See if he can put those other ABs behind him.
Setting him up inside as he swings and misses for strike two.
Yeah, and you know, this is a spot where you just have to make him bring the ball down. It's very difficult to do anything positive when it's up that high.
And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here. And they'll ask him to bunt off the bench as he puts this one down. And he'll reach first as they can't make the play on him. Sean Graves will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all or nothing.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. So stepping in, number 28, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Has to be thinking strikeout. And that'll get past his outstretched glove. It's a base hit. And the run is in to score from second. It's a 3-3 game. And as we wrap things up here, what do you say we name this guy right here as the recipient of our Topps Player of the Game award?
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different story.
So that'll just about do it. For Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. Altoona wins it 4-3.
Thank you for
good night, everybody.
And we remind you to please drive home safely.
MLB The Show's coverage of minor league baseball is on the air as we continue our tour around the minor league. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the Altoona Curve and the Harrisburg Senators. Major League Baseball on the Show is next. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Eric Karros, who you focused on?
Well, Matt, I think the cleanup hitter.
Sean Graves will stand in. He comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game.
Yeah, guys, I don't think I'd worry too much about yesterday if I was him, because look at that batting average he's sporting.
2 out with the man at first. Pitch out.
1-1.
Nothing doing. Now a move over to first. And a dive, but he's back in there.
Keeping an eye on him.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. 1-2
1 ball,
now.
2 strikes.
EK, you take a look at our homestanding 9 as they enter play here this evening. Fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
And they're in need of it.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the side. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 man left aboard. Ronnie Gant will come forward now, back in the lineup after being used as a pinch hitter last night. Takes this the other way to right, but he will come on strong out there in right and pull this one down for the first out. Coming to the plate now, Sean Graves, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Chu is there to put it away for out number 1, and he's safe.
Good job there at second.
Lee Chu comes to the plate looking to put the ball in play. He went down on strikes last time.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right now.
Pick it up cleanly. And a nice job to stay with it that time and get the second out of the inning. Malcolm Reeves stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
On the ground up the middle. Flip of his glove for 1. On to first, a double play.
Now batting, catcher, Fernando.
Oh, that is a sweet play right there. He's trying to get...
Sean Graves will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the 1 run. That's it.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1. Skied into straightaway right. And this is going to be extra bases here, leading off the 6th. And he is in there to start the 6th. It's a leadoff double.
Oh, and a great way to kick off the inning here. That's going to get the go-ahead run to second base with that double. And you know, even though it's still the 6th, you'd love to find a way to grab that lead right now and hopefully just let your...
Into the box now, Eddie Esposito. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Ready with the 0-2. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Ramon Delgado will dig in here. 1 for 2. He's singled and grounded out so far.
Yeah, putting the ball in play, sometimes that's half the battle.
And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far. Striding in, Elias Diaz. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here it comes, 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. Sean Graves will dig in. He doubled his last time.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit up in the zone, and he didn't miss it. He'll be looking for it again right here.
Got him fishing that time, 0-1. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold, 0-2. Do you even bother with anything else here?
No, I sure wouldn't. As a hitter, you're thinking, look for fastball, adjust for an off-speed pitch. And so far in this at-bat, he hasn't made any adjustments.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Too low with a fastball there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Home half of the 8th, straight ahead. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, I thought he really pitched well. He ran into a few problems here and there along the way, but aside from that, he was definitely a difference maker out there.
They left 2 runners.
So that's a wrap here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Eric Karros and Steve Lyons, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click on over to theshownation.com. Harrisburg comes out on top, 5-1.
Thank you for
Good night,
joining us
everybody.
this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Now from your exclusive home for minor league baseball, MLB The Show is on the air. Sean Graves will get his first shot at it here. 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night.
Well, Matty just continues this string of his last 10 games where he's hitting over 300. He has those really, really nice games mixed in there.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Aguilar on the move. He's got it 1 away. And with a quick breather, stepping up to the plate, George Saldana. He successfully laid down a sac bunt in his last plate appearance.
Yeah, he did his job nicely last time up.
Grounded down the third baseline. Scooped up, and he'll get the fielder's choice play at second, but that's all. Sean Graves is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And he'll start the inning with a pitch that misses off the plate. It's ball 1.
That's what you have to do against a big sweeping slider like that. It starts in the zone, and it's probably going to finish out of the zone, so that's a good job just to lay off.
That'll find its way out of play. Still going to have a good hitter's count. 2-1 now. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Aguilar on the move. 1 down. Sean Graves will stand in again. He's flown out in each of his first 2 plate appearances thus far.
Yeah, and he just needs to make a small adjustment and stay through the middle of the ball. Think about hitting a line drive right back up the middle.
Ready with the 1-0. Taken high and deep to right. Braxton racing back, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. So now they'll have 2 men in scoring position following the 2-out double. And he is in there.
Oh, man, he put a little something into that swing, didn't he? I'm not sure if this is exactly where he was trying to hit the ball, but it's well over the right fielder's head. And you heard it bang off of that right field wall, and now he's able to pull into second with an opposite field double.
Mike McDonald will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
Bunt attempt with 2 outs. Notch 1 in the score column as a runner from third crosses the plate. It's a 3-0 game. So credit him with an RBI as he really caught him by surprise there. Jake McRae digs in, and we'll see what he can do here with 2 on and 2 in the 5th.
Yeah, a couple of ducks on the pond out there looking to make that trip home. This is a big 2-out AB right here, guys.
And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1. First curveball of the day for him, and likely not the last.
No, he's got a good one. There's no doubt about that. He'll start it on the hip versus righties, and he'll backdoor it to lefties.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. So 1 run on 2 base hits. Sean Graves gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. Hot shot toward third, right at the third baseman, and that'll end the inning. So no runs here on no hits. Sean Graves digs in now after lining out in his last try.
Well, he hit it hard. He just kind of got unlucky with the placement. So you can't ask for much more. You just got to try to go up there and barrel it up again.
Oh, pretty healthy hack that time. It's 1-1.
Yeah, just really jumping out at that last pitch. He had him thinking fastball, maybe even slider.
On a hole now as he swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2 now.
A lot of people think that pitch will burn straight down, but it will work back a little bit towards righties, like that one did right there.
1-2 pitch is a slider that misses 2-2. Hot shot on the ground to short, and a backhanded try into the hole that's short, but this gets on by.
Now batting.
He is fired up as he heads down to first base. He is now the go-ahead run, looking to put his team ahead.
Coming to the plate now, Mike McDonald. He singled his last time up. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. A look at the hit totals. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And with 2 strikes, he's able to get this one down. Jake McRae will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Shows bunt as he gets this one down. And the throw goes to first, so the sacrifice works that time. Stepping in, Ramon Delgado. He'll look to keep it going. 3 for 4 so far in the ballgame. Now a ball rolled softly to second. Shimchak is up with it. The tag, and they cut down the potential go-ahead run at the plate. But he gets back in time, safe at second base. Roger Aguilar digs in, looking to send something into the outfield that gives that go-ahead run a chance to score from second.
Well, no complaints on this end, guys. You've got to love any game that's this tight, this late.
And it's a productive first out as that runner's able to advance 90 feet up to third here.
Oh, and this crowd will appreciate that at-bat right there, and so are the guys in the dugout. You've got the winning run at second base. Job 1 is to make sure you get him to third with 1 away, and this ground out will do the job.
An entertaining game all in all, so if we have to choose one who stood out among all others, why not go with this man right here? He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, no question he was a tough out up there. You see the 3 hits, including a home run. Without him in the lineup, I think this might have been a different...